it is officially the morning trend. And of course, the morning trend is coming to you. Compliments Rick's Cafe. They are open for delivery and takeaway services only every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between the hours of 12 noon to 5 p.m. The menu consists of pizza, burgers, nuggets, crunchy wings, wedges, and more. Call 444-4597 to place your order. All orders should be made before 4:30 p.m. Rick's Cafe. Walk in, dance out. Now, of course, you know it's Missy, Chrissy, and Scratch Master here.
Yes, we here.
You know.
Gotta
However,
big up everybody on Facebook locked on.
I know. Good morning to y'all. We have a very, 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 very special guest in the building. You know, she is what we would know as the undisputed queen of soca, right?
Yep, undisputed. Most influential female soca artist in my book.
Facts, facts.
Most influential.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the morning trend. Alison Hinds, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alison
Good morning.
Hinds. How are you?
I am pretty good. I
You pretty
actually
good?
kind of just woke up. I just woke
Yeah,
up.
I could hear it in your voice.
Like I just woke up.
Yet.
So don't ask me, please. Don't ask me to sing nothing
No,
this
no, no.
morning because
Are you a
it
morning
will not happen.
Are you a morning person?
I am forced to be a morning person. Let's put it that way.
Oh, you are. Okay.
She's supposed
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
forced
forced to be because
Mhm.
usually, the school run would be happening, so I would have to get up and do that.
Right.
So that's why I say I'm forced to be, but I'm not by nature a
Mhm.
morning person.
I mean, all these performances and so on. I mean, you gotta sleep. You gotta get your rest.
Exactly.
Right. But
Yeah.
right now, how are you managing in Barbados? I know Barbados they have more restrictions now. How are you, managing with that? Given that
Um,
you travel so much.
we- well, I haven't been home this long in such a long time.
Mhm.
But I've adjusted. It's actually been good to be home
Mhm.
for a little while and kind of reconnect, kind of reconnect with the family and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I have not done so much cooking in years.
Oh, oh, Lord. Because I'll tell you, I noticed some artists are claiming that they're making dishes. I have to big up Voice because he put out something on Instagram claiming that he made a bake. And I see he claimed that he made some curry, bust up shut and thing. And when we asked him
What?
about oh, yeah. I mean, Voice could sing, he could write, I know he could cook. So when we confronted him about it last week, his response was, he has so many friends that he thought was his friends, and bad mind is a hell of
Jealousy,
a
yeah,
thing.
jealousy.
I.
So what have you been cooking up, Alison Hinds, in the kitchen?
I really do simple dishes. I ain't doing a 4 or 5 course nothing.
Right.
I will do, and I tend to cook light in terms
Mhm.
of, do like stuff with like lots of gravy and sauces and that kind of thing. The
Mhm.
closest I would get to that is if I do like a pasta Alfredo, but I'll do like a ton of vegetables and stuff in it.
Right.
And I'm pescatarian, so
Mhm.
I have like some flying fish. I just went and bought some dolphin and stuff, so
Mhm.
I would probably, fry some dolphin or grill some salmon later on in the week.
Yeah.
I do brown rice, that kind of stuff, sauteed vegetables. Like that's the kind of way that I like to cook.
Now tell me something. They made the announcement just a few days ago that crop over is, I don't know if it's canceled or postponed in Barbados, right? How
It's
are you?
canceled.
It's canceled. How are you taking it, and how is your peers taking that announcement?
I actually even haven't really had a chance to speak to any of my counterparts at this point.
Hmm.
But it is, I mean, obviously it's a huge blow to us as artists and entertainers and those that are in the creative arts, but it's also a blow to the economy because obviously that will be a time that we would get a lot of people coming in,
Right.
and that's a lot of foreign exchange that we will be missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think what the government is planning to do
Mm-hmm.
is do some like training and stuff and taking it into the community, but also creating some stuff that is going to incorporate the artists and musicians and so on.
Right.
And there's also the government is also putting a fund in place that will also be able to help out people in the arts and so on.
Oh, they're putting
So
incentive.
yes, yes, yes. So
Yeah.
they're actually, as far as I know, there's actually going to be a fund that is going to be able to help the artists, and not just the artists, anybody that's in the creative arts
Mhm.
and culture,
Right.
because obviously the bulk of what we do and the way that we make our money is touring and live performances, etc., etc.
That is true.
Um, so we are, um, you know, I we gotta figure this thing out as we go along because there's so many carnivals that have been canceled,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I mean all the way to Caravana is canceled, and I think Notting Hill is still intact, technically, but and of course Miami Carnival, because they're so late in the year.
Yeah,
So,
Miami.
but I guess, but we still have to see kind of what
Mm-hmm.
this whole thing is going to bring. um I think we
Mm-hmm.
had up until yesterday we had 5 days without any new cases.
Okay.
We're hoping that continues, but with this virus you never know, and we're still testing,
Yeah.
so we're gonna see how it goes. But up to yesterday, because I don't want to say it today because it's only morning.
Right.
Um, but up till yesterday, we were 5 days without any new cases.
Would you be putting out any music now that Crop Over is canceled?
Yeah, I would still like to put out some music because I think even more so now, people are gonna want that injection of energy. They're gonna want some new stuff. There's actually a compilation song that should be out quite soon. It
Mm-hmm.
has a whole set of artists, including myself,
Mm-hmm.
and it's obviously a distance collaboration. So everybody recorded in the house, or if they have a studio or on the computer or whatever,
Right.
and sent in their vocals and so on. And it's a song that is basically, kind of a "We Are the World" kind of thing, just to kind of
Get you.
help keep people's spirits up and so on and so forth.
Um, you recently came out with the Faluma. Well, not the song, but I think you did a PSA with regard. You changed up the lyrics for the to with washing your hands and that kind of thing. How did that come about? Did you see someone do it, or that's
That
totally on you and coming out with that?
It was actually inspired by a fan.
Right.
A young lady posted a video with
Mm-hmm.
her washing her hands and with Faluma playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And she just washed her hands and she was winding down the place, and she was,
Right.
and I thought it was the cutest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so I said, I wonder, I should maybe do this. And then I thought, you know what, Allison, it's your song.
Right. Is
Make it, yeah, just personalize it, do something else in that is in keeping with what's
mm-hmm.
happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just rewrote some lyrics
Mm-hmm.
and set up my phone in my bathroom
Right.
and and did the song
Mm-hmm.
and put it out there, posted it, and people just completely held on to it and grabbed onto it. So much so that the day that I put it up, the following day, I got a call.
Mhm.
And the young lady that called me, she said, "Oh, the PM saw it and she thought it was great. And that needs to be a PSA right now."
Wow.
Nice.
Right, right, right. That is
That's
So
amazing.
interesting.
yeah. So it just worked. It worked. It spoke to people, and it's where everything is right now. And the COVID-19 conversation is everywhere, and the coronavirus conversation is everywhere.
Mhm.
And I just felt, I felt that it was just something. It was my way of, making a contribution in that way.
Mhm.
Um, I I am I'm really happy, of course, that people, because I when I do move around Barbados, which is not very often nowadays, we're
Yeah.
down to like everybody has like 2 days a week to come out,
Mhm.
and officially to come out and do, grocery shopping or banking, pharmacy or hardware. And when I do see people, there's always somebody, yeah, Alison Faluma, ding, 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 wash your hand and ting. And
Right.
that's good. That's really good, because it means that it really resonated with people on a different level. There were so many parents that were like, "Oh, my children are gonna love this, and they're gonna be so happy." And then there are little kids that wouldn't know Faluma because they're so young, and
Mhm.
so this would be a way for them to be able to connect, and then connect to me. So it all works.
Did you?
That's amazing. And I
Mhm.
know that recently, a few months ago, you lent your talent over to the film industry. So tell us about how it was acting in the film.
Right. The film is called Joseph. It's a drama type movie. The premise of it is a young man, a young Caribbean man,
Mhm.
who wants to reconnect with his African ancestry. So he's a star. That's who the movie is named after, Joseph. And he plays my son in the movie. And we are really an affluent Caribbean family. Myself, my husband is Jamaican, my son is Jamaican, my daughter is Bajan. So we've been, I had kids in Jamaica and had them in Barbados and all over.
Mhm.
And my daughter is played by Chantal Lane, and it was a lot of fun. It was challenging. It was different. Um, Acting for film is different than for being for a play, because with a play you have to be exaggerated and you have to project, and your character has to reach the back of the theater.
Mhm.
Whereas film is the complete opposite. Film is really much more. You have to be more natural. Um, if yeah, you have to be more natural. Everything has to be more pulled back, because the camera is gonna pick up every little nuance on your face, every inflection of your voice, and so it's less, and less is more when it comes to filming. But filming for the big screen.
Mhm.
Did
And
you
I
take
really
lessons?
what's that?
Did you have to take acting lessons?
I had taken a few before, and Chantal and I did like a major one just before we traveled, because we shot the movie in Barbados, Jamaica, and Ghana.
Mm.
And we so we did one before, but then we didn't have a lot of time, so it was really just kind of rehearsing together with the other actors once everybody was together,
Mhm.
and going through scenes and that kind of stuff. But it was really good. I enjoyed the experience of being in front of the camera.
Right.
And I would definitely, I definitely want to do more
You want to
acting,
do
more film acting.
that?
Oh,
What?
nice.
Yeah, for
Question.
sure, for sure.
from the acting now to the stage. Now, Alison, we mentioned when we started the segment that you are probably the most influential female soca artist of all time right now. When you started off with your days of with Square One and so on in an industry that has been so male dominated, right? How was it? Was it difficult for you at any point in your career to really make that name for yourself and be strong at the same time?
Um, I believe that I was very I wouldn't say lucky. I was very blessed to
Mm-hmm.
be in a band like Square One,
Mm-hmm.
where we were all growing together, we were
Mm-hmm.
all developing together, and we were all encouraging each other.
Okay.
And we became a real family. So much so that we have a Square One group chat and we talk to each other just about every day
Yeah.
since. So it's a family that has continued.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I was sheltered from a lot of what could have been pitfalls for a female artist.
Mm-hmm.
Being a solo female artist, if you don't have the right people around you and you don't have the right guidance,
Mm-hmm.
you can fall into some very serious kind of situations, especially when you're young and you're upcoming and you don't know too much,
Mm-hmm.
and people can take advantage of you, etc. And the guys really, I was the youngest in the band. I was the
Mm-hmm.
only female, and
Yeah.
so they were my big brothers, and they looked out for me, and we looked out for each other, and that's what helped me to be able to develop in a real way, and to just have the space,
Mm-hmm.
and the comfort and the confidence to be able to really get into becoming the artist that people see today. The artist that you see today is a product of many things. Of my mom, who was my absolute rock
Mm-hmm.
for my time being, and she was the one that gave me the encouragement in a time when a lot of my colleagues were not encouraged to go into music. They weren't encouraged to go into the music business. It was considered, oh, there's drugs and there's alcohol and there's slack behavior, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not something to. It's not a job.
Right.
Or if you were, you didn't get through in your academics, you became a musician. Like, it was that kind of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was one of the main people that gave me lots of support when I told her I wanted to be in a band, because she knew her kid, and the guys, and and George and Cecil and all the guys
Mm-hmm.
um really helped me to be able to develop. And so without a Square One and without my mom and that encouragement, I would not be half the artist that I am right now. And so I can never tell my story without
Mentioning.
mentioning Square One
That's
and
amazing.
all of what we went through and where I am today.
I want to get a little story from you. There's an
Mhm.
epic performance with yourself, Destra, Belfon, right? Alison,
Yes.
how is it humanly possible? I mean, I've seen that performance over and over,
We're
right?
talking about obsessive wine for
That-
those of you
Yeah.
That
wondering.
obsessive wind up performance. I mean, how? It's a puffy. How?
We want to know about these skills.
The way the performance started off, Destra did her thing, Denise Belfont did her thing, and then, what went through your mind?
What went through my mind? What went through my mind was, this is Party Monarch, Alison.
I even forget what.
This is this is Soca Monarch. Sorry, this is Soca
Right.
Monarch in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
Yeah, this is, yes, we would have been on all the big stages for the season that year, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but nah, you have to mash up. Eh, all of these thousands of people, I'm sure there was at least a good 20, 30,000 people in
Mm,
that place that night.
right.
I said, nah, Alison, you cannot, nah, flatten,
Mm.
flatten. That was all that was in my mind. Flatten, flatten it.
Oh
So
boy.
tell me, along the
Listen,
way, did you practice these skills? Were you taught specifically by someone?
How?
You know,
Again, how?
we the ladies of the Caribbean want to make sure that we are matching up to
Because
greatness.
not everybody could whine. That is an
it's
art.
very
That,
true.
that is a
Yep,
specific
yep.
skill. Not everybody could do that.
It's
So
very true.
again,
It's very
how?
true.
Mhm.
You saying how she ain't giving us?
um,
You know, I told her.
listen,
Mm.
understand, y'all might not realize that people don't know this because they feel I don't know that I was born whining. I come out the womb and just start whining.
Right.
It. I was a British kid. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
born in England, went to school there, did my primary school there.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to Barbados, used to visit Barbados in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know. I can whine. I could not whine. My family and my cousins used to laugh at me. Alison can't whine. Alison can't walk up. Ting, ting, ting. I could not. But you know what? That same joking around and thing, I was determined. I was like, you see me?
Mm.
I will learn to whine. I can learn to walk up. I'm going to learn. I telling you, I am going to learn. I learn, I practice, I think, I do all kind of thing
Mm.
until I could have walk up. And
Mm-hmm.
once I could have walk up, you can stop me from there. You
Mm.
could not stop me from there. It was a done deal.
So a lot of these classics that we hear today, like Togetherness and Faluma and so on, when these songs were being produced, when you all were in studio, did you all ever think that those songs that have stood the test of time in the soca genre?
No, we didn't. We couldn't have known that at that point in time,
Mm-hmm.
but we we created our music with intention.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't created just to say, well, yeah, there's a nice song. It
Mm-hmm.
was created with purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think because it was created with the purpose of connecting and touching people
Yeah.
is what gave it then the longevity that it has now. Because Iron Bazadi was a song that we released in Trinidad
Yeah.
because the song was created with Trinidad and Carnival in mind. Bajans don't say Bazadi.
Correct.
Trinis say that.
Yeah.
And so Terry, when he wrote the song Mexican,
Mm-hmm.
he wrote the song with Trinidad and Trinidadians and Carnival in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so we said, well, we ain't gonna release this song in Barbados. We're gonna release this song in Trinidad.
Right.
And that's what we did. We released the song in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
And then the song jumped to Barbados and then went to St. Lucia and Antigua and Grenada and St. Vincent. And it just went.
Right.
And we was not expecting that. We
Mm.
definitely were not expecting that. And so um a lot of our music, I and Faluma and all of these songs,
Mm-hmm.
they were just made with purpose
Mm-hmm.
that we just wanted to create the best music that we could
Mm-hmm.
and put it out there for the public and then and then take it from there.
Do you find it hard staying fresh in this age? Like staying, because you're still releasing music. Do you find yourself having to, maybe collaborate with younger producers or different producers to kind of have music that is still gaining airplay on the radio stations?
Definitely, definitely. As an artist, especially being in the business for as long as I have,
Yeah.
you absolutely have to stay connected to what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
without losing who I am as an artist and what people still love about me as Alison Hinds. So yes, I've definitely been working with young producers, young writers, doing collaborations with young artists. That is all about, remaining relevant and staying current and staying a part of what's happening. I do want to transition eventually and just kind of change the way that I do what I do. And we me and my team are already starting to work on where do I want to be, where how do I want to transition, where how do we want to do that.
Right.
So we're working. That's always, it's been in the back of my mind for the last couple of years as to what I want to do and how I want to continue my career, because I ain't stopping performing no time soon. Not as long as I can.
Amazing entertainer, I must say.
Yeah.
Amazing. Every time we see you live, you kill it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Thank you.
Without a
Thank
doubt.
you.
Without a
Thank
doubt.
you so
But,
much. Thank you.
I know you part of your performance, like some fellas would want to quote unquote test you, right?
Yes.
Was it Thunder that tried
Man,
the last
Thunder can't
time?
come close. Listen, there was this particular artist that we both know very well who goes by the name of Moto, right? Right? Um, we have to wrap up because we only have 2 minutes, right? But what
Mhm.
was that experience like? And would you say that you were properly challenged?
Yeah, Moto was a proper challenge.
Mm,
He was so awesome and so fun.
yeah.
When I saw him touch the stage, I was like, "Oh Lord, it
Yeah.
done,
Nah.
it done." Because this little boy have no bones in his waist whatsoever,
Oh
Mm,
none.
wow.
And then when he jumped on me and hopped back off, like that was it. It was that video went. Listen, that video went
oh, you didn't
so
I
see.
need to know what
viral.
he
Right now.
jumped
You
on top
need to see that. Listen, yes, yes. He was doing
of me.
all of his antics, and
Oh,
then he just hopped on top of my bumper and bounced right back off. And I was like, this is nuts,
Right.
crazy.
Before we go, what advice would you have for young female artists that want to be, dominant in this genre called soca?
mhm.
Well, I know they're gonna be inspired by people like myself.
Hmm.
And now there's Destra, there's Nyla, there's strong female artists in the business.
Yeah.
So I know they're gonna be inspired by one or all of these women, but you need to make sure that you find your own thing. Be unique, be you. Nobody could be you better than you. So whatever it is that makes you you and makes you unique, that's what you have to focus on. Make sure you create great music. So whether you write for yourself or you find great writers, producers, etc.,
Hmm.
make sure you do that. Have a strong support system, and that support system could be two people, but two people who you value, who are going to give you the real deal, and not people that are just there to be hangers on. And you don't need entourage. Entourage is only get you in trouble. Um, Stay spiritually grounded, whatever that is, whatever helps you stay centered, because you're going to need it in this business, because it's a very fickle business and you're up today and you're down tomorrow. So you need to have that. And know the business side of it. Know about copyright and what your rights are as a performer, as a writer, as an arranger, producer, whatever it is that you want to do in music. Make sure you know the business side of it. Keep a hand and keep an eye and keep both eyes on your money. Make sure that nobody takes advantage of you as a female in the business. Make sure that you come into the table with knowledge about your contracts, knowledge about your music, knowledge about everything, your percentages, how things are broken down, all of that. Make sure you know the business side. Once you know that, nobody can come to you with nonsense. Nobody can take advantage of you as a woman.
Thank you very much for taking the time out to speak with us this morning, Alison. We appreciate it big time. All right.
You're very welcome. I am still in my bed and I'm going back to it right now.
So much. Have a good one. That was the queen of soca, Alison Hinds, right here on the Morning Trend. Came to you compliments Rick's Cafe. Walk in.